Hello, this is Paul Luckert. My newest, I've been into birding, and I actually got 5 field guide-ish things here. I actually got three regular field guides, and I kind of have one on birding basics, and one kind of like if you find a bird and you see it and you don't know where it is, and the field guide doesn't tell you enough information, that's the one you're gonna use. So starting off with my least to most, or I don't want to say least, maybe the ones you're gonna use the most, the ones you're gonna use the least to the ones you're gonna use the most. So starting out at the least, this is the Birds of Wisconsin. This is field guide. This is by Stan, and this is a simple field guide to the birds of Wisconsin. It shows Wisconsin on the range map and when they are. Now, what I like about this one is it says year-round, summer, winter, or migration. But with some of those, they have a page that they tell you that, but then you have to go back to that page and find what the migration or whatever that is that they found. So what I like about this one is it tells you what those are in case you forgot. Now there is a sample page on here, right there, and it shows you the year-round migration, summer and winter. So this was actually my first field guide. I really like it. It's one of those simple field guides if you're a beginner, but this one is definitely one of my favorites. But I've spotted a lot more birds than this one has, so definitely a simple field guide that you're gonna find. Moving on to number 4. I'm sorry. This is the Eastern Birds Peterson Field Guide. It has the eastern birds. I'll show you in the front here. It tells you the region that this is in, and the page for you. So right here, it tells you all the part that's light white. That's what it's gonna show in the book. Now that gray part, that's where it gets cut off. So this is the eastern part of America and central North America. So it does include central if you live in like Wisconsin or Minnesota and part of North Dakota. So definitely a very good field guide. If you're a better birder, this may be a good choice for you. Beginners too. It shows the flight pattern and has really good descriptions about them. Sometimes some are bigger than others, like the black skimmer here. That one has bigger descriptions than the one up here. But it's a good field guide. I can trust it when I'm out in the field. And it's really good. It's easy to flip through. Peterson and the Audubon field guides maybe describe the birds' names a little bit different than the next two coming up here, but you can rely on especially this one and that one too, and they're good field guides. Coming in at number 3, this is not a field guide, but I use it a lot when I'm identifying birds. The Simply Birding Basics. It mostly has talking about the birds in here. In the beginning, what I really like is there's a life-size and it shows the life-size picture of a sparrow, and they show all the feathers that you're gonna find on it, and it also describes what it looks like right there. And most are in here, it's just describing the bird. And mostly writing, but I can rely on it if I find a bird. And even this is for beginners too. If you're looking for a bird and you see it and you identify it, and after you do that a lot of more times, and maybe if you're just beginning to, then you can look into the basics, or mostly if you're a beginner, this is definitely a good book for that. My number one field guide, All the Birds of North America. I can rely on it. There's my little note. It has extinct birds in the beginning, which I like, and it still has the full descriptions like that, like these other ones. So part of it is it shows Arctic birds in the beginning, and then once we get to about this page right here, this is where they could start to get into the North American part, and they actually show a page just that's right here that says All the Birds of North America at this point. And then we got all the different species: birds of prey, songbirds, crows, mostly all the birds of North America that are in here. And then once we get to the back part, it's right about here, at the end of right. This is the beginning. This is where they show Arctic birds. So in the Arctic, you can see the map right there of the upper part of the North America. Coming in at number one, probably one of the best bird books you're gonna find to identifying birds, the Smithsonian's Handbooks, Birds of North America, Eastern Region. I just got this book. It's one of my newest books, but it shows all the birds in full descriptions. What I like about this is it also shows how the wingspan, and also right here it shows how much they weigh at the bottom in that green area closest to the left. That's what you're gonna find, how much they weigh. And it also shows the flight pattern, if you can see right there, and their location and their nest shape. So definitely, in a way, I think it's just a big. Now it's not technically considered a field guide because this is actually a pretty big book to carry around. Now, in my case, I would use it as a field guide because it's really good. So I would use it as a field guide, but it's not considered a field guide because this weighs maybe a pound or so, pound and a half. That's what my guess would be, and it's a little bit heavier. It's pretty thick, and as you see, it's much thicker than these other bird guides, and it's also much bigger. But I like to use it. It's really good. It's got full descriptions. It also tells you those lines by their name. That also tells them why they're named. Like the let's say the bald eagle, it shows a description of its white head. That's how it's got its name. Or it's a blue-throated hummingbird. That's one, and it shows a picture of its blue throat, and it got one of those arrows pointing to it. And that is all of my bird books. Again, Smithsonian's Handbooks, Birds of North America, Eastern Region, All the Birds of North America, Assembly's Birding Basics, Peterson Field Guides, Eastern Birds, and Wisconsin Birds of Wisconsin Field Guide. So I definitely recommend checking these books out. They're, of course, all good birding books for beginners and for the best birders there are in the world. So I hope you check these books out. Bye. Again, this is Paul Leckert. Bye.